think that a lot of what drew me into dedicating my time with the chapter was the sense of community that was out there. Being relatively new to the city and not having a large group of friends here or fellow CPAs that I could say, hey, let's go to this event together, I had found myself, I finally built up the courage to attend one of the events myself, and it was wonderful. And it was really a sense of community feeling there. There were several people that became very familiar faces, and I said, hey, I want to be a part of this. And I joined the chapter, I believe in 2018, and within a year I became the vice chair. One of my most memorable moments with the chapter would be when I got nominated, quite unexpectedly, for the vice chair position after only being with the chapter for a year. I had previously volunteered on the Student Recruitment and Education Committee, and we had some changes in the chapter, and I was asked to step forward into that role. I felt excited by the challenge and took that step forward. By taking on that leadership role, it really helped to boost my confidence and self-esteem being in a leadership capacity.
I'm an immigrant into Canada and I achieved my CPA overseas and then got my Canadian CPA through a reciprocity program. So I mentor a lot of students that are going through a similar kind of route to obtaining their Canadian CPA, and it's something I find to be very rewarding. It can be a little bit daunting when you've already, gone through the hard work to achieve your CPA in another country, and then, there's further steps to take to transition that here in Canada. So I like to share my journey, my path to CPA with those individuals, kind of guide them through the process, be there as a champion for them and give them support. But then also, once they've achieved their CPA, be somebody who can help them build their business network here in Vancouver and really pay forward the support that I got when I first came to Vancouver and into the business community here. When I look back on my career, I think there's a number of points where I can really pinpoint, where somebody took a chance on me, and it might have been easier to maybe say, hey, you know what, Alan, nice guy, but I think I want to go with somebody else that has different experience. But they gave me an opportunity, and if they hadn't given me that opportunity, my professional career could look a lot different. So I'm always very conscious of that when I meet somebody. You get lots of instant messages on LinkedIn where people want to kind of reach out and connect, and where possible, I really try and respond to everybody that reaches out, because I do think it really is important. Somebody once said to me, it's nice to be nice, and I think that's a good mantra to kind of live by, because if you can pay it forward and help somebody on their path, well then hopefully they'll do that for somebody else, and the knock-on effect can be a lot more significant.
My initial involvement with North Shore Rescue started when I was a ski patroller at Whistler Mountain, having joined that after one of my friends was actually killed in a winter snow event. The leader of North Shore Rescue basically tapped me on the shoulder and said, you're part of the team, my boy, and welcome aboard, and we have a rescue for you to participate in, and it's going on right now, so could you get your gear ready and help out. One of the memorable stories was a 10-year-old boy who had gone missing up on Mount Seymour. It was now dark, and the hour was close to midnight, and we're heading down following this track of disrupted ground and calling out the boy's name, and all of a sudden we had a response. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was faint and distant, and the response was getting stronger as we carried on down the hill, following this track, as it were, and we eventually got to a point where we were approximately the same elevation as the subject, but the subject was on the other side of this waterfall stream area, and we were able to find a way to get across on a ledge near the waterfall and got across the stream and the waterfalls and found the boy under a log. And he was happy to see us. We were happy to see them. And he wanted nothing more than a McDonald's hamburger. So we satisfied his need for a hamburger and stopped off at the local McDonald's.